are going to talk about Abenomics and discuss whether it is end of deflation in Japan. Before we start talking about Abenomics, we need to understand what deflation is. What is deflation? Deflation is the reduction of the general level of prices in an economy. It makes consumers expect that goods and services will become cheaper next month, and they become discouraged to spend now. This results in decline of spending, which makes the economy shrink. Next, let's have a look at the background of Japan's economy. Japan's economy underwent a lost decade since the burst of Japanese asset price bubble in the early 1990s. GDP growth was low and unable to absorb the resulting increase in unemployment. The Japanese government raised value-added tax rates from 3% to 5% in 1997, which worsened the recession and deflated the economy. Japan is trapped in the deflation's downward spiral. Lower prices for goods and services cause smaller cash flow and profits for companies. This leads to a reduction in production and increased unemployment. Therefore, there is less spending on goods and services and oversupply of goods and services. What is Abenomics? In December 2012 general election, Shinzo Abe advocated Abenomics, which is based upon three areas of fiscal stimulus, monetary easing, and structural reforms. Today, we are focusing on monetary easing policy.
The policy targets to achieve an inflation at a 2% annual rate and correction of the excessive yen appreciation. The specific policies include setting negative interest rate and radical quantitative easing. So, what is quantitative easing? Basically, it is an unconventional form of monetary policy where a central bank creates new money electronically to buy financial assets, like government bonds. With more yen being printed, it depreciates and thus the export volumes of Japan increase. In the meanwhile, the negative interest rate attracts more foreign investments. Japan's economy is boosted by the increasing export volumes and investments. Moreover, as more money is printed, an inflation expectation is created among the Japanese. People expect the prices will increase in the future, so they begin to spend money. The positive expectation towards future economy increases the demand as well as supply of goods and services in Japan. More cash is now flowing in the market and the spiral of deflation is broken. The economy becomes more vibrant and the unemployment rate drops as well. The policy is quite effective and Japan's economy does improve in the short term. In the second quarter of 2013, yen became about 25% lower against the US dollar as compared to the same period in 2012. In the first quarter after the policy was implemented, the GDP increases at a rate of 3.8%, which is higher than the expected 2.7%. The unemployment rate in Japan fell from 4.0% in the final quarter of 2012 to 3.7% in the first quarter of 2013, continuing a past trend.
However, the response from the Japanese public is not very optimistic. 60% of the Japanese electorate does not think that the Abenomics has had any significant impact on the economy. Just 15% of respondents saw an improvement, while 21% feel that the economy had actually worsened because of Abenomics. It is obvious that Abenomics does have some effect on stopping deflation in Japan, as there is quite a lot of evidence showing that Japan's economy recovered after the implementation of the policy. But is Abenomics the root cause of recovery? According to the Forbes magazine, with or without Shinzo Abe, Japan's sharply declining working age population was always going to lead to a tight labor market, resulting in wage pressure and higher inflation. Thus, Abenomics is not the root cause of change, but only accelerates the process, as aging demographics and the declining working age population will do the trick anyhow. In conclusion, there is not such a policy that can guarantee to solve all the problems. So does Abenomics. Abenomics does help boost Japan's economy in the short run and break the vicious cycle of deflation that Japan has experienced for around 2 decades. However, whether Abenomics plays an important role in the process of Japan's economic recovery is still debatable.